Have you ever promised yourself you would stop checking? The phone is face down. You are being normal. You are being mature. You are absolutely not going to look. Then the screen lights up. Maybe it is a message. Maybe it is just a story view. Maybe it is nothing. But before you even know, your whole body has already moved toward it. And that is the strange part. It is not always the person who treats you best who feels the most powerful. Sometimes it is the person who gives you just enough warmth to keep you waiting, not enough to feel secure, not little enough to leave cleanly, just enough to keep the word maybe alive. So if you have ever wondered, why do I feel addicted to someone who is inconsistent? This video is about that loop. And it starts with a painful idea. Mixed signals can feel intense not because they are love, but because they are uncertainty. On paper, consistency should win. The person who replies clearly, shows up when they say they will, and makes you feel calm should be the obvious choice. But emotionally, the unclear person can feel louder. You replay their messages. You study their tone. You wonder what they meant by a period, a heart, a delayed reply, a sudden I miss you. You tell yourself you are overthinking. Then you keep thinking. This does not mean you are broken. It means your brain is doing what brains do when an important answer is missing. It keeps the file open. It looks for patterns. It tries to predict what will happen next. And when the next thing is unpredictable, the mind can become strangely loyal to the guessing game. Imagine there is a little slot machine in your head. Across the top, it says maybe. You pull the lever by checking your phone. Most of the time, nothing happens. No message. No clarity. No real plan. Then, every once in a while, the machine pays out. I was thinking about you. Sorry, I have been busy. I miss your face. It is not a full relationship. It is not stability. But it is a small hit of relief. And because you do not know when the next warm moment will arrive, your brain starts treating every check like it might be the one. This is why mixed signals can feel more addictive than steady affection. Steady affection is predictable. Mixed signals create a chase. There is research suggesting that uncertainty can increase romantic attraction in certain situations. In one study, people were more drawn to someone when they were not completely sure how much that person liked them. That does not mean confusion is healthy. It means uncertainty can take up more mental space than clarity. A clear no hurts. A clear yes can calm you. But a maybe keeps asking for one more thought. The mind says, if I can just figure it out, I can relax. So you search for proof. You remember the good moments. You discount the long silences. You build a theory from 3 words and a late-night reply. Not because you are foolish, because ambiguity is mentally unfinished, and unfinished things pull attention. There is another layer. For some people, inconsistency does not just feel exciting, it feels familiar. If you learned early that closeness came and went, you may have become very good at monitoring tiny changes. A shift in tone, a pause, a delayed reply, a mood in the room. That skill may have helped you once, but in dating, it can turn a mixed signal person into an emotional alarm clock. They go quiet and your body wakes up. They come back and your body feels relief. Then the relief feels like chemistry. But relief is not the same as love. Sometimes it is just anxiety finally dropping for a moment. This is the part that makes people feel ashamed. They say, why do I want them more after they disappear? Because when someone disappears, your nervous system can tighten. You wait. You imagine. You prepare for rejection. Then they return with a tiny bit of warmth. Your body releases the tension. The change is powerful. It can feel like joy. It can feel like proof. It can feel like, see, there is something here. But the intensity may be coming from the contrast. Cold then warm. Silence then attention. Fear then relief. That swing can feel bigger than calm affection, even when calm affection is actually better for you. The maybe machine is not free. You pay with sleep. You pay with focus. You pay with the evening you were supposed to enjoy. You pay with your ability to be present with people who are actually present with you. And often, you pay with self-respect. Not because wanting someone is shameful. Wanting is human. Hope is human. But unlimited attention is expensive. Every time you check, reread, decode, or wait for the next tiny reward, you are feeding the machine. The machine does not need to give you much. It only needs to give you enough to make you pull again. This is also why secure interest can feel strangely flat at first. Someone texts clearly. They make a plan. They follow through. They do not make you audition for warmth. And part of you thinks, where is the spark? But sometimes what you call spark is actually your body bracing for uncertainty. Healthy interest may not flood you with adrenaline. It may feel like room to breathe. It may feel almost too simple. That does not mean you should force attraction where there is none. It means you can learn to tell the difference between peace and boredom. They are not always the same thing. Here is a simple way to step out of the loop. Open a page and draw 2 columns. On the left, write facts. On the right, write story. Under facts, write only what actually happened. They texted at midnight. They canceled twice. They said they were not ready. They watched your story. They did not make a plan. Under story, write what your mind added. Maybe they are scared. Maybe the timing is wrong. Maybe they feel it too. Maybe they will choose me later. The point is not to shame the story. The story is trying to protect hope. But facts tell you what your life is actually being built on. And if the facts are mostly absence with occasional warmth, you are not looking at a mystery. You are looking at a pattern. The goal is not to stop caring instantly. That is not how attachment works. The goal is to stop giving uncertainty unlimited access to your nervous system. You can say, I do not need to solve this tonight. I can wait for consistent action, not emotional crumbs. I can like someone and still choose not to live inside their maybe. This is not about becoming cold. It is about becoming honest. If someone wants closeness, they can participate in clarity. If they only offer confusion, you can stop treating confusion like an invitation. So the next time your phone lights up and your chest jumps, pause for 1 second. Not to punish yourself, not to act above it, just to notice the machine. Ask, am I receiving love or am I chasing relief? Am I responding to evidence or to maybe? And if the answer is maybe, you do not have to pull the lever right away. You can let the phone sit there. You can breathe. You can come back to the room you are in. Because the person who keeps you guessing may feel powerful, but the life you build outside the guessing game is where your power comes back.